And they're off. A good beginning. Grand Gizmo is showing speed with Same Again Doc from the rail. Fifth Season and Glorious Tribute are racing as a pair, stalking the leaders, and the early trailer is the favorite, Carpe Bellum. Head and head as they race into the clubhouse turn, it is Same Again Doc on the inside of Grand Gizmo. Fifth Season is racing in third from the inside, about a length and a half better than Glorious Tribute, then another 2 back to Carpe Bellum. The opening quarter was a quick 23-4, still locked in battle as they reach the 6 furlong pole are Grand Gizmo and Same Again Doc. Grand Gizmo now opens up 3/4 of a length. Fifth Season is well spotted in third, about 2.5 lengths off the leaders. Racing on the outside in fourth is Glorious Tribute. Continuing to trail is Carpe Bellum. It's about 5 lengths front to back. Grand Gizmo now the clear leader, 2 lengths better than Fifth Season as Same Again Doc drops the anchor. Glorious Tribute is third. Carpe Bellum now getting into fourth. The half was 47-3 and Grand Gizmo continues to lead the way. Carpe Bellum is gaining with every stride. Still racing in second is Fifth Season, but he's about to be joined by Carpe Bellum. Glorious Tribute is under a ride and it is well back to Same Again Doc. Grand Gizmo still moving comfortably on the lead. He has a 3-length advantage over Carpe Bellum, who's now into second. 3/4 of a mile was 1:13 flat. Fifth Season and Glorious Tribute are both struggling from the back. Less than a 1/4 of a mile to race. They swing for home, and it is Grand Gizmo and Edgar Zenteno. Zenteno yet to make a move. He looks behind him and is yet to be challenged by Carpe Bellum. Now under a little bit of asking, it is Grand Gizmo on top. Carpe Bellum down the outside trying to make a race of it. Carpe Bellum gaining a little bit on Grand Gizmo. Grand Gizmo finding a little more, 70 yards to the wire. It's Grand Gizmo, Carpe Bellum. Grand Gizmo holds on. Grand Gizmo by a half length. Carpe Bellum second. Then Glorious Tribute and Fifth Season, 1:47-2. And they're off. Spirit Bell leapt at the start. Can't Beat the Cats going for the early lead, and here comes Forest B along the rail to join her. Silver Candace is racing in third, a length and a half off the leaders. It's a gap of 3 to Pluie d'Avril, and at the back is Spirit Bell. Locked in battle in a rematch. It is Forest B coming out a neck better than Can't Beat the Cats. Silver Candace is racing in third on the outside, about 2 lengths off the dueling leaders. Then Pluie d'Avril gaining a bit of ground. Spirit Bell continues to trail. 21-4 to the opening quarter. Advantage Forest B as they race into the turn. Can't Beat the Cats is joining right back up in second. Silver Candace is third. Pluie d'Avril still has 4 lengths to make up and another 4 back to Spirit Bell. At the quarter of pole, it's Forest B ahead better than Can't Beat the Cats. They went the half in 45 flat. Silver Candace winding up in the 3 path. Pluie d'Avril needs to do better. Forest B and Can't Beat the Cats are still head and head. Silver Candace dangerous down the far outside. Now Silver Candace took advantage of the speed duel and has taken control at the 8th pole. It is Silver Candace and Mark Lee Buchanan, a perfect ride, extending the margin in the final 70 yards, going on to win by 3. Forest B was second, then Can't Beat the Cats and Pluie d'Avril, 1:10-4. And they're off. Very good beginning. Core showing speed from the inside. Deep on the track, here comes Vinny Van Gogh. Racing between horses early is Red Maple. Big Time Louie also forwardly placed. It's a scramble for the early lead between those four. Racing fifth on the outside is Lion of the Sea. Have to reload along the rail. The early trailer is Sea to Air. Within the half-mile marker, it is a duel up front between Vinny Van Gogh, ahead better than Core. Big Time Louie takes back to third, sharing that position with Red Maple that went the quarter in 22 seconds flat. Lion of the Sea is moving well on the outside. He's into third. At the back early, Have to Reload and Sea to Air. Still locked in battle at the quarter pole. Vinny Van Gogh has a short advantage over Core. Lion of the Sea is into third, being joined by stablemate Sea to Air from the back. At the head of the lane, it is Vinny Van Gogh still trying to hold a short lead from Core. Have to Reload rallying from the outside. 45 flat to the half. It's Vinny Van Gogh. Have to Reload and Sea to Air, both moving well down the outside. Core digging in along the rail. Vinny Van Gogh and Core head and head, locked in battle to the wire. It's a photo. I think Core got the advantage over Vinny Van Gogh. Have to Reload at a price rallied for third, 104 and 1. And they're off. Silver Tunes broke well. New York Mint on the inside and Devil in Her Heart deep on the course. Racing in fourth early is Easy Access. The favorite, Spring High, is going to be wide towards the back. And the early trailer under a hold is Miss Schiller. Silver Tunes is cleared to the lead. She's racing a length better than Devil in Her Heart on the outside. After the good start, New York Mint is back into third, about 3 lengths off the leaders, being joined now by Spring High. Easy Access is now racing in fifth, and the trailer is still Miss Schiller. 23 and 1 for the quarter. They race to the quarter pole, and Silver Tunes is now being headed by Devil in Her Heart. New York Mint is traveling well from third. Spring High needs to get going from fourth at the head of the lane. Silver Tunes responds to the challenge of Devil in Her Heart. These two are head and head as they reach the furlong pole. New York Mint trying from third. Not today for Spring High. Devil in Her Heart, Silver Tunes, they've been head and head the whole way. Now Devil in Her Heart takes a short advantage. Devil in Her Heart is edging clear to the wire. It's going to be Devil in Her Heart a half length. Silver Tunes was second, then New York Mint and Spring High. 1 minute, 4/5. And they're off. Autumn So Flashy broke well from the rail. Persevere also showing speed. The stablemate's going to make the early pace. Gargus is forwardly placed with You See Me. Racing between horses is Tonkawakan. At the back early will be Best and Final and Discovery Chart. Very clustered early pace. The whole field is separated by no less than 4 lengths. Autumn So Flashy now coming up a half length better than Persevere and Tonkawakan. You See Me is wide on the course, 4 deep. Gargus wider still. It's a stack of 5 as they race into the turn. Great spot for Discovery Chart, stalking the pace from the inside. Best and final is the trailer. 23 and 1 for the quarter. Autumn So Flashy at 3 to 5 is maintaining a short lead from Tonkawakan. Persevere begins to tire. Gargus hard ridden from the far outside with You See Me. Discovery Chart under a hold, saving ground with lots of horse. 46 and 3 to the half. Tonkawakan with a short lead from Autumn So Flashy as they swing for the drive. It's Tonkawakan. Autumn So Flashy trying to find more from the inside, and here comes Discovery Chart off of that perfect trip. Discovery Chart and Kirk Johnson take a short lead. Tonkawakan digging in. Persevere is third. Autumn So Flashy spits the bit with a 16th of a mile to go. It is Kirk Johnson and Discovery Chart. 900 career wins for Kirk Johnson. A narrow one over Tonkawakan, then Persevere and Autumn So Flashy. 118 and 4. And they're off. Very good beginning. Bend in the River showing speed from the center with Great Go-Go to his outside. Showing speed from the inside is Palace Prince. Exceed racing in the middle with Half Lit saving ground. Jamaican Jimmy, the favorite, is wide on the course. He's near the back with Party of No. Great Go-Go and Emil Ram Sammy have taken control within the 4.5 furlong pole. They're a length clear of Bend in the River. Racing in third is Palace Prince. Jamaican Jimmy into fourth on the outside of Exceed. Then Party of No, and the new trailer is Half Lit, who's in tight on heels into the turn. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter. Great Go-Go still has the lead. He's a length and a half clear of Bend in the River. Jamaican Jimmy has moved comfortably into third past Palace Prince. Party of No racing in fifth with Exceed, then Half Lit still trails. Quarter of a mile to go, and now Bend in the River has advanced up the inside and taken the lead from Great Go-Go. Jamaican Jimmy is about 5 deep as they swing for home. Palace Prince has found a seam, and up the inside, Party of No. It is Bend in the River and Mark Lee Buchanan, but here comes Palace Prince. Palace Prince and Ishmael Mascara have taken the lead from Bend in the River. The battle is for show between Jamaican Jimmy and Party of No, but it's going to be Palace Prince, a length and a half over Bend in the River. Party of No and Jamaican Jimmy, 110 and 3. And they're off. A Wildest Treasure showing speed from the center. Joy in the Battle now taking the lead. Also racing forwardly is A Gal for TJ. Seeds of Grandeur is well spotted along the rail from fourth, sharing that position with Pacenza. Then we have Mimi's Holiday, Brienne of Tarth, Little Fire, and the early trailer, as expected, is Doodle Dandy. Joy in the Battle has taken the lead, a length and a half better than A Wildest Treasure as the field begins to spread out. The gal from TJ is running in third, about 3 lengths off the leaders. Then it's 2 more to Seeds of Grandeur. Pacenza has found the rail. Then we have Mimi's Holiday, Little Fire, Brienne of Tarth, and still at the back, Doodle Dandy. 24-3 for a sensible opening quarter sent by Joy in the Battle, who was bet down to 2-5 in the last jump. Wildest Treasure is tracking from second, a gal from TJ, 3 lengths off the lead from third. They're still very well spread out as they race into the far turn. Seeds of Grandeur is fourth, not gaining much ground. It's a gap of 4 more to Mimi's Holiday. Mimi's Holiday now being joined by Brian of Tarth, Little Fire. At the back are Doodle, Dandy, and Pacenza. 48-3 for the half. It's a stroll up front by Joy in the Battle. She's yet to be asked. The Wildest Treasure is still second, now being joined by Seeds of Grandeur. A gal from TJ begins to back up. Mimi's Holiday is trying to rally. Joy in the Battle is trying to hold off the lead, but Seeds of Grandeur coming with good strides. Mimi's Holiday also finishing well. This could get close in the final yards. It's Joy in the Battle. Seeds of Grandeur now puts the head in front. Mimi's Holiday is coming. Seeds of Grandeur on top. 2 in a row for Seeds of Grandeur. Seeds of Grandeur over Joy in the Battle and a fast-closing Mimi's Holiday. Close for 4th and 5th between a Wildest Treasure and Little Fire. 129 flat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Erie Racetrack on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's currently partly cloudy outside, nice and warm day, 26 degrees Celsius or 79 Fahrenheit. Bit of a wind coming out of the west at about 6 miles per hour. The main track is fast and the turf course is listed as good with the rail out 12 feet, 29 minutes to first post. This year marks the 15th anniversary of the Fort Erie Live Racing Consortium. The FELRC is proud to celebrate its 15th anniversary of independently operating the Fort Erie racetrack. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping selections, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing will be back next week at Fort Erie. We will be racing on Sunday for our special Fort Foodie Fest day. First post on Sunday will be 12 o'clock. Then on Monday, July 8th, we will be starting at the standard 4:30. No Tuesday racing next week. Fluffy the Clown will be on hand for our upcoming dog racing days, Wiener Dog Day on July 21st, and Corgi and Basset Hound Day on August 18th. The Free Summer Concert Series is back on select Tuesday nights this summer. The full schedule is on screen now. If you're on track with us today, be sure to stick around after the last race for our free concert featuring the Figure 4. Registration for the dog racing events is now open. If you have a dog you'd like to bring out, be sure to visit our website. Dog racing day is always fan favorites during the summer at Fort Erie. The Wiener Dogs take the track on July 21st. Then on August 18th, we'll have the Basset Hounds as well as the brand new Corgi races. Save the date, the 89th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes will be taking place on Tuesday, September 10th. Fort Erie's Track-O-Lantern brings family fun for Halloween to the racetrack. It's on October 14th and it starts at 12 o'clock. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $13.50 per person. The track pack includes one food item, one drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. Tune into your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. Jackpot High Five carryover is growing. Jackpot High Five offered in Race 6 today, the carryover in excess of $10,000. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage are permitted in these areas, and no cannabis is allowed on the property. Coming up next are today's changes. Race 1 is clear of changes. Race 2, we have an overweight on the number 3, Tachyon Speed, 2 pounds over at 124. In race 3, an overweight on the number 6, Always My Fault, 1 pound over at 121. No changes in race 4. Race 5, an overweight on the number 2, Lulu's Lullaby, 1 pound over at 121. Overweight on the number 4, Tipring, 1 pound over at 123. Overweight on number 5, Speedy Johnny, 5 pounds over at 115. And an overweight on the number 6, Creative Performance, 1 pound over at 121. In race 6, we have an overweight on the number 4, 2-year contract, 1 pound over at 123. So good to be back here at Fort Erie on a Tuesday evening. Solid 6 races coming your way today. Be sure to stick around if you are on track. Don't forget we have that free concert featuring the Figure 4. But for now, let's take a look at our selections on this 6-race card. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. We're going to go 6 furlongs for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750. The early pick 4 begins in race 1 today. Going with the number 5, Moonbright, 7-5 morning line, dropping in from an allowance win for trainer Joe Humber. Deshaun Gaskin will be in the saddle again. Moonbright was claimed for $7,500 at Woodbine, came down here to the fort, and like I said, won a non-winners of 3 allowance with a nice rally down the outside. The connections are being aggressive. She is quickly dropped in for $5,000. She actually takes the $250 discount to take a couple of pounds off her back. It's obviously a bit of a red flag, taking that big drop after a comfortable win, but she does look like the best horse in this race. The number 2, Remember Old Times, going for Josh Robillard. Terry Husbands in the saddle. Remember Old Times has been racing well. She has a 3rd and a 2nd so far at the meet. She has a little bit of forward position in her. She's not going to be too far off of the pace. It's a small field, and if Moonbright does not fire with her best effort, Remember Old Times could be the one to pick up the pieces. Then in for 3rd, I'm going to go with the number 3, Luema. Luema was 4th, about a length behind Remember Old Times on June 16th. But Luema usually takes a few races to find her best form. She starts off slow, but she gains fitness with racing. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's ready for a better effort today. Melanie Pinto riding for trainer Mike Blake. Race 2 is a maiden allowance event for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, going a distance of 6 furlongs. The pick 5 begins here. We only have 1 pick 5 on today's card due to us only having 6 races. Another obvious favorite in this spot is the number 3, Tachyon Speed. Trainer Warren LeBlanc picks up the duties from Lou Cappy, Sunny Singh riding. Tachyon Speed made her Fort Erie debut on June 16th in a similar spot. She sat behind a contested pace, made a move, but was picked up just at the wire by Among the Roses, who rallied from last, got beat in nose. But at least now we know she can handle the dirt surface. This looks like an easier group. So expecting a good run out of Tachyon Speed. Interesting first-time starter is the number 2, Faithful Gift. Kirk Johnson just earned his 900th career win. He will be riding for trainer Sharon Chicotto. This is a 3-year-old filly by Gradar, who was purchased in the Ocala Winter Mix Sale for $5,000. She's been working steadily. The Chicotto barn is usually live. They've been in the money in 60% of their starts so far this season. I expect a good run out of Faithful Gift on debut. Then the number 4, Princess Buchero. Looks like it was a private purchase out of Florida. Was racing at Tampa Bay Downs this winter. Mixed results at Tampa Bay. She did have a 3rd place finish against 3-year-old fillies for $16,000. The speed figures are a little light, which is surprising for a Tampa Bay shipper. But the John Sims barn, very formidable in the vast majority of their starts here at Fort Erie Racetrack. So I would not look past Princess Buchero. I would not overlook her here. Pierre Mailhot will be in the saddle. Race 3 is a maiden allowance race, fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, going about 7 furlongs over the turf course. Field of 7 to kick off the late pick 4. And again, we have a pretty obvious favorite here. The number 5, Twirling Piper, coming in from Woodbine for trainer Lane Gilliforti in Chiefswood Stable. Amanda Vandermeersch will be in the saddle. Twirling Piper debuted against a very nice-looking group of maiden allowance company at Woodbine on June 1st on the EP Taylor. She showed a little bit of speed and got tired in the stretch. And that was a very nice group of maiden allowance horses at Woodbine. The class relief here is difficult to express, but it is a massive difference. Twirling Piper should be tough to beat here. Number 3, Naughty and Nice. Mark Lee Buchanan and Julie Mathis teamed up for a win yesterday with Silver Candace. And they're looking to do it again today. Naughty and Nice. They tried to run a couple of good efforts on the turf course, or on the dirt course, I should say. She was in a speed duel and then tired to be 3rd last time behind Among the Roses and Tachyon Speed. She did run a 2nd in a maiden optional 40 at Woodbine on the inner turf last year, so we know she can handle the turf. She draws a good post position. Definitely worth consideration if you are not a fan of Twirling Piper. And the number 2, War Vow, Sophia Vives riding for owner-trainer Dale Powell. I was a little disappointed with War Vow's Fort Erie debut on June 16th in a 5-furlong maiden special weight on the turf. She just dropped back and never really fired. But she's going to get some more distance to work with today. It's her 2nd start off of a 6-month break, so maybe we will get a better effort this time around. Race 4 is the highlight of the day for me. It's a starter optional claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have started for a price of $5,000 or less in the last 2 years, or going for a claiming price of $10,000. We're sprinting 5 1/2 furlongs here. Field of 7, and it's very competitive. I think you can make a case for pretty much all of them. It's wide open. I'm going with the number 4, JMR Gemma. Amanda Vandermeer teaming up with trainer John Sims. JMR Gemma made her seasonal debut in the long-run thoroughbred Aftercare Stakes on Father's Day. She was sitting mid-pack early, and she ran on to be third behind Can't Beat the Cats and Forest B, who were speed the whole way. Very tough mares. They both came back to race well yesterday in another speed duel. JMR Gemma getting some class relief here. There should be some speed for her to follow, and had a very good season at Fort Erie last year, winning 3 out of 9. The number 1, Big Ginger, goes off the claim for trainer Tony Adamo and Icon Racing Stables, who have been tearing it up so far this season. 6 for 10 with 3 runner-up finishes. They've missed the board once in 10 tries. That's very difficult to do no matter how aggressive you are. Usually you get some bad luck. Kirk Johnson will be riding Big Ginger. She was a gate-to-wire winner against conditioned 7500s at Woodbine on June 13th. Going to see how this daughter of Shackelford likes the dirt course, but expect her to be forwardly placed from the inside. Then the number 5, Bodacious Miss. Bodacious Miss kicked off her season with a win for $8,000 on the turf course. She just held off a Wildest Treasure. Now moves up to the starter optional 10 level, but she did win at this level over the dirt last October. Another potential speed type. It's going to be interesting to see how the pace develops in this race. Moving on to race 5, it's a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. We're going to go 6 furlongs, claiming price of $10,000 down to $9,000. Going to go with a bit of a long shot here, the number 1, Speedy Johnny. I've been picking a lot of favorites today, so it's time to mix things up. Apprentice Matthew Dennis riding for owner-trainer Ron Davies. Speedy Johnny ran on the dirt 2 starts ago in a non-winners of 3 allowance and came rallying behind Moonbright. Tamana and Nicole Song came out of that race to win, so we do have a positive reference there. She then tried the turf on Father's Day. Didn't really care much for that. That was a tough race. Princess Alaska was a Tampa Bay Downs invading winner. Turf and Surf has entered in a race at Woodbine where she looks quite formidable, so that was a quality race. I think Speedy Johnny getting class relief here, probably better on the dirt. I would definitely give her some consideration. The number 7, Bella Spina, going for trainer George Newland and Bellwoods Farm, Sophia Vives riding. Bella Spina was the winner of the Summer Solstice Cup for maidens on opening day. She looked very good doing it. Don't know how much she beat there. Took a shot in the long-run thoroughbred Aftercare Stakes where she was outclassed. It's a big jump from maidens to the best mares on the grounds. So now she's dropping in for the $10,002 life. It's definitely a reasonable drop. I'm expecting a better effort out of Bella Spina today. Then in for third, the number 1, Jimmy Is a Breeze. One of 2 going for the John Sims barn here. Jimmy Is a Breeze. I think Edgar Zenteno rode this filly beautifully when she won on June 11th. Just sat and steered her, did not overdo it. Jimmy Is a Breeze, a bit of a quirky horse. Won by 10 1/4 that day against an obviously much easier group, but we did see a next out winner out of that race in Ashwicken. And I think now that maybe Jimmy Is a Breeze has got that overdue maiden win, we might see a little bit of a light bulb go on. So we'll see what happens with Jimmy today. Always rooting for this daughter of Jimmy Creed. Last race of the day is an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3. We're going to go about 7 furlongs over the turf course. Jackpot high 5 wagering here. That carryover is over $10,000 now. So it's definitely worth looking at. And I think this is a very nice group of horses. There's a few on here who didn't make my selections, who I had a tough time leaving out. My top choice is, I'm looking to the inside, Bayesian Bullet. Leo Sala's riding for Sue Andrushko. Bayesian Bullet's had a couple of starts on the dirt this season at Fort Erie. Looked very good winning a 2 life allowance, gate to wire, 5 1/2 furlongs. Then came back in a 3 life allowance 12 days later on Father's Day. And was second best behind Grand Ambition, who was a very good-looking front-end winner. We know Bayesian Bullet can handle the turf. He has won on the turf before, and he has raced competitively against much tougher competition at Woodbine. I think at this about 7 furlongs, he might be able to break, get loose on the lead, and be tough to run down. The number 6, Wilberforce, going for Sharon Chicotto and Chris Husbands. Wilberforce, another one who's been racing on the dirt and will be happy to get back to the turf. He was second in the Puss in Boots last year behind Nicolau, put in a very good run. He led well into the stretch and was just out-kicked within the final furlong. His last 2 efforts on the dirt have not been bad at all. He was second behind the speedy Sunyani on June 4th, then came back on Father's Day and was a distant 4th, but really did not embarrass himself at all. I think he will fire with a good one getting back to the turf. In for third, I'm going to go with the 5, Hardware Gap, who's coming back down to Fort Erie from Woodbine. I've been wanting to see Hardware Gap on the Fort Erie turf for a while. He is definitely at his best on the grass, in my opinion, even though he hasn't won a grass race. Both of his wins have come on the Tapeta. His last effort at Woodbine, he had a bad post, was sitting in mid-pack, raced wide, spit the bit. We'll forgive that one. His 2 efforts before that were both good 4th place efforts for 15,000 claiming. Alexis Sanchez and Roy Augustino teamed up for a win on yesterday's card with Devil in Her Heart. If Hardware Gap can work out a trip, I definitely think he's a contender. I do like Ashley's pick on the number 9, Bait and Switch as well. I would not be overlooking that one. Like I said, this is a tough race. You can go in many directions here. So some interesting races coming up today on this 6-race card. Keep in mind that if you are on track with us today, the infield tote board is not operational, so please refer to the infield TV screens or the other TVs inside the building for odds and other information. 13 minutes to post for race 1. Best of luck with all of your wagers.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPIBet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
Field is making their way on track for today's first race. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2024 or which have never won 4 races. Going for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs. Race 1 going for a purse of $15,750. Race 1 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent early pick 4 wagering. Race 1 post parade, number 1 is Big Bell. Ishmael Mascara rides for trainer Juan Pablo Silva and owners Jeff Jacobs and Tijuana Racing Stables. Number 2, Remember Old Times. Terry Husband's in the saddle for trainer Josh Robillard and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Number 3, Luema. Melanie Pinto has the call for trainer Mike Blake and owners Ascot Stud, James Wilworth, and Rachel Stalker Parks. Number 4, My Girl Gabby. Mark Lee Buchanan rides, Julie Mathis trains for David Mathis. Completing the field, number 5 is Moonbright. Deshaun Gaskin rides for trainer Joe Humber and owner Joy Elkins. 4 minutes to post for race 1. Early pick 4 wagering begins here. Down to 1 minute to post for today's first race. Early pick 4 wagering beginning here. 4 to 5 favorite is the number 5, Moonbright. Starting gate taking position. Not too much time left to get your race 1 wagers in. Field for race 1 approaching the starting gate. It is now post time. Little has changed in the wagering. 3 to 5 still on the number 5, Moonbright. 7 to 2 support on the number 2, Remember Old Times, who's coming into this race on good form. Big Bell, the first to go in with Ishmael Mascara. Remember Old Times and Terry Husbands. Luema with Melanie Pinto. My Girl Gabby and Mark Lee Buchanan. Last in will be Moonbright at 1 to 2 with Deshaun Gaskin. All set for a start. And they're off. Moonbright out a little slowly. Luema broke well from the center. Remember Old Times also showing early speed. Here comes Moonbright up the outside after that slow beginning. At the back early are My Girl Gabby and Big Bell. It is Luema with Melanie Pinto on the lead, but now Remember Old Times launches a challenge in the two-path. Moonbright down to 1-9 in the last click is stalking from the three-path, just a length off of the leaders. They went the opening quarter in 22-4. Big Bell is saving ground, and My Girl Gabby on heels at the back. Into the turn they go, and the lead has changed. Remember Old Times is taking control. She's 1.5 lengths clear of Moonbright, who's racing on the outside of Luema. Big Bell angles to the three-path and comes under a ride. My Girl Gabby is last and widest. Still on top, it's Remember Old Times and Terry Husbands. Now, Moonbright. Deshaun Gaskin says go. 46-4 to the half. At the head of the lane, Moonbright puts the head in front of Remember Old Times. Luema trying to come back on along the inside. Big Bell needs to do better down the fourth path. It is Moonbright on top. Moonbright up by a length. Remember Old Times going to try and hold second because they're not going to get to Moonbright. Moonbright and Deshaun Gaskin going on to win by 3. Remember Old Times holds second. It's a photo for show between Big Bell and Luema. 1:12 flat. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's first race, number 5, Moonbright. Moonbright is a 4-year-old chestnut filly by Klimt out of Abide in Me, bred here in Ontario by James Everett, Janine Everett, and Erica Moose. Ridden to victory today by Deshaun Gaskin. Moonbright is trained by Joe Humber for Joy Elkins. Now 2 for 2 here at the Border Oval. Moonbright stalks the pace and pounces to win 6 furlongs in a time of 1:12 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Moonbright. Hold all tickets until race 1 is made official. In the show photo, it was the number 3 Luema over the number 1 Big Bell. So your unofficial race 1 order is 5-2-3-1. Race 1 is now official. Prices are up. Moonbright delivers at a short price, $2.30 to win, $2.10, $2.10. Second, number 2, Remember Old Times, $4.40 to place, $3.20. Third, number 3, Luema, $3.30 to show. $2 exacta 5-2 is $8.70. $1 try 5-2-3, $15.20. $1 super 5-2-3-1, $24.80. On screen now, the show photo from race 1. The winner was claimed, number 5, Moonbright, claimed by Bruno Schickadans, moves to the barn of trainer Eric Raganoff. Race 2 kicks off the pick 5 wager today. The only change is an overweight on the number 3, Tachyon Speed. 2 pounds over at 124. 17 minutes to post.
Time for the pick 5 here in race number 2, a 6 furlong event here for maiden special weight competition, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, in a compact field here of 5 going postward, but some new faces here. Mainly several of them in the field have yet to race here at Fort Erie, so maybe the dirt will wake them up. We got a first-time starter in here, so as I mentioned, a little bit of everything. We'll kick it off though with one of the newcomers, the number 4, Princess Buchero, a 3-year-old daughter of Florida bred by Buchero. This one now in the barn of John Sims, and just looking at the meet that John Sims has had so far, he's done very well with some of his horses that he claimed late last year up at Woodbine, and now, as you can see, he's done some shopping down in Florida and has some newcomers in the barn. And you look at her, it's a little bit of a mixed bag of apples in terms of her performances so far in the career, but the race that I want to really key in on is the 1-2 back. She was in for 16,000 in that event. She was a well-met third, and in terms of her trip, she was able to close from off of it. It was a field of 8. She only had 2 horses beaten early on, and she made a ton of ground up late to finish third, beaten by 4.5. Now, I understand next time out she didn't really fire, but we'll see what she can do here. I think the big thing is the trip. I'd like to see her a little bit closer, and with Pierre Melhot booked to ride, I think that's probably going to be the case here in this 6 furlong dash. Now, on paper, the horse to beat based on the races as of late is the number 3, Tachyon Speed. This one now in the barn of Warren LeBlanc. Blinkers off after a second place finish last time out at the level and distance back on Father's Day. And this horse just got caught late. Nosed out in the end by Among the Roses in that field. And you wonder, with the blinkers off today, is it hopefully that she'll be able to see her competition in the stretch and not be able to see, like in that case, a horse kind of drawing alongside her and going by. So equipment change is key here. Curious about the trip. It did work out for her last time out, that she was able to sit just off of it and make a late run. As I mentioned, just got nosed out in the end. Sunny Singh was aboard in that event, back aboard today. And finally, the new face and the newcomer to the races in general is the number 2, Faithful Gift. I got a good look of this 3-year-old daughter of Grey Darn. She's a little antsy here in the walking ring and kind of in the settling enclosure, so we'll see what happens when she hits the track. But never know what you're going to get with a first-time starter. Grey Darn has about average numbers with those first-time starters. And on the bottom side, we'll see what this one can do. Now, she does have a sibling that's made it to the races. Just one start for her younger 2-year-old full sister, and didn't show out anything out in California, but you can see a slew of works here. Most recently took a step up out of the gate, 49 flat, the 5th fastest of 11 workers back on June 18th. Kirk Johnson has the mount, and first mount here at the meet for these connections, so we know how well Kirk has been riding. Had a couple nice winners over the last couple of race days, so we'll see what this one can do. 7-2 on the morning line, but we'll see what the race day edge does for horses such as the 4 and the 3. And I want the new face, the 4, Princess Buchero. Good luck.
Horses are making their way on track for today's second race. Race 2 is a maiden allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $21,600. Race 2 offers Win Play Show, Exactor, 20-cent try, Double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Race 2 post parade, number 1 is I'm Phantom. Edgar Zenteno rides for trainer Richard Davis and owner Hesty Sport Incorporated. Number 2 is Faithful Gift. Kirk Johnson in the saddle for trainer Sharon Chicato, who owns in partnership with Vino Bahari. Number 3 is Tachyon Speed. Sonny Singh has the call for trainer Warren LeBlanc and owner Trinity Racing Stables Incorporated. Number 4, Princess Buchero. Pierre Mailhot rides for trainer John Sims and owner Harvey Bussey. Completing the field, number 5 is Almonte Princess. Sofia Vives riding for owner-trainer Dale Powell. 1 minute to post for race 2. Pick 5 wagering offered here. Starting gate moving into position. 4 to 5 favorite is the number 3, Tachyon Speed. Pick 5 wagering offered here in race 2. Field for race 2 now approaching the starting gate. It is now post time. Field of 5 set to kick off the pick 5 wager on today's card. Got a few new faces to Fort Erie here. First up will be I'm Phantom in from Woodbine. Edgar Zenteno riding. First time starter Faithful Gift and Kirk Johnson. Sonny Singh aboard Tachyon Speed, the 6 to 5 favorite. Princess Buchero, Pierre Mailhot aboard. Last up will be the Gray Filly, Almonte Princess and Sofia Vives. All set for a start. And they're off. Tachyon Speed hopped at the break. She trails in the early stages. I'm Phantom and Almonte Princess both showing speed with Faithful Gift racing between them. A gap of 3 back to Princess Buchero, who's going to be well spotted early behind the early speed duel, and another 5 to Tachyon Speed. 3 across the track as they race down the backstretch. I'm Phantom on the inside, Faithful Gift in the center, and Almonte Princess 3 deep. Princess Buchero watching this unfold in front of her. She's about 4 lengths off the leaders, past a quarter in 22 and 2, and it's another 3 back to Tachyon Speed. Little has changed, but now Almonte Princess is moving up on the outside and puts her head in front of Faithful Gift. I'm Phantom still there from the rail. Princess Buchero is gaining on the outside. Still another 3 to Tachyon Speed, who is catching the field quite nicely. Quarter of a mile left to race, and it is Almonte Princess now with the lead, 46 and 4 to the half. They're 4 across the track at the head of the lane. It's Almonte Princess. Faithful Gift still there from the center, and I'm Phantom along the rail. Princess Buchero moving very nicely. Tachyon Speed swings to the far outside, but has 2 lengths to gain on Princess Buchero. It's Princess Buchero and Pierre Mailhot. Sonny Singh asks one more push out of Tachyon Speed. It's down to these 2, but it's going to be Princess Buchero, a length and a half. Tachyon Speed second, Almonte Princess, then I'm Phantom and Faithful Gift. 1, 12, and 3. Unofficial in race 2, the winner is number 4, Princess Buchero. Second is the 3, Tachyon Speed. Third, number 5, Almonte Princess. And fourth, number 1, I'm Phantom. Unofficial race 2 order is 4-3-5-1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a rider's claim of foul into the running of today's second race. The rider of number 3, Tachyon Speed, claiming foul against the unofficial winner, number 4, Princess Buchero, alleging interference at the start. Once again, that is a rider's claim of foul, 3 against 4 involving the start. Hold all tickets as this inquiry proceeds. Claim of foul has been disallowed. There will be no change in the order of race 2. Race 2 order 4-3-5-1 will be made official shortly. Now in the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's second race, number 4, Princess Buchero. Princess Buchero is a 3-year-old bay filly by Buchero out of Puerto Princess, bred in Florida by Fleet Equine Services. Ridden to victory today by Pierre Mailhot, Princess Buchero is chained by the red-hot John Sims for owner Harvey Bussey. Princess Buchero takes her Fort Erie debut, breaking her maiden in attempt number 7, completing the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:12.3. Hold all tickets until race 2 is posted official. Race 2 is now official. Prices are up. Princess Buchero returns $9.30 to win, $3.80, $2.20. Second, number 3, Tachyon Speed, $2.30 to place, $2.10. Third, number 5, Almonte Princess, $2.50 to show. $2 exacta, 4-3, $15.30. The $1 try, 4-3-5, $17.90. $1 super, 4-3-5-1, $43 even. And the $2 double, 5-4, $15.10. The free summer concert series is back at the Tiki Bar on select Tuesdays. Full schedule is on screen now. Concerts usually begin around 7:30 after the last race. If you're on with us tonight, be sure to stick around after the last race for a free concert featuring the Figure 4. Race 3 is coming up in 16 minutes. We have an overweight on the number 6, Always My Fault, 1 pound over at 121.
Well, in race 3, we have another maiden special weight event here for fillies and mares, but this time on the turf at a distance of about 7 furlongs. A nice field here and a nice betting race to get involved in. Going to kick off that late pick 4 wagering opportunity. I'm going to kick things off here with the number 5, Twirling Piper. This one for Cheesewood Stable, Lane Gilliforty. The trainer just has that one start under her belt. It came up at Woodbine. It was against maiden special weight competition. And obviously the performance, it wasn't a great one. She chased the pace in there and she surrendered in a big field, but she was 39-1 in that spot. And obviously coming here now to Fort Erie, this is some class relief. Hopefully she took something out of that sort of first day at the races experience and learned, and maybe can take a step forward here, second here. And good worth noting that Amanda Vandermeers was aboard for the debut and very familiar with this filly overall. She's well-bred top and bottom. Now, some other horses maybe to consider: the 3, Naughty and Nice. This one for Julie Mathis. Barkley Buchanan in the irons. He's been in the irons for those last 2 efforts, one of which was in the Summer Solstice Cup, and then again back here on Father's Day when this one was against maiden special weight competition. The big thing, both of those races were on the dirt. Both resulted in very similar finishes, equal margins of defeat, third place finishes, but very curious to see this one get on the grass. When you look at her track record, her best performance by far was on the turf up at Woodbine. You can see it was 7.5 furlongs on the inner, so she got the 2-turn race under her belt. She was second best in that event, but she got a 60 Beyer speed figure against maiden optional claiming competition. She was not in for the tag on that day, and just wouldn't be shocked to see a horse like her on the stretch out on the turf take a step forward. She likes to be somewhat forward, and if she's forward again today, you wonder if she can kind of maybe steal this towards the front of the pack on that stretch out and distance if she's able to set some leisurely fractions. And watched her get saddled here on the walk, and have to say she's very well behaved. Usually when you see horses here out in the walking ring getting saddled, that means they have some sort of quirk or tendency, and I thought she was very, very well composed here. 4-year-old daughter of Big Screen. And then rounding it out here in terms of my top 3, my wild card is on the outside, the number 7, It's Me, a Minnesota-bred daughter of Tis Now, who really hasn't shown anything in those first 2 starts for trainer Roy Augustino, but keen in on those turf races at Canterbury Park. Looking at those, I mean, she's shown glimpses of talent. In her first time on the turf at the mile distance, a well-meant second. She went off favored in her following event, another maiden special weight event restricted to those Minnesota-bred fillies, and she was 4th, beaten by 2. I just think anything similar to those, and in terms of figures, she's sneaky. She draws the outside in here, and it's worth noting, in her first time on the turf just over a year ago, she was quite forward and simply second best, but a really nice effort. So we'll see what she can do here. I think this is definitely a drop in class compared to her last out, and that technical winner was disqualified but came back to win next time out. But for me, the 5, Twirling Piper, is the one that I landed on. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's 3rd race. Race 3 is a maiden allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, traveling a distance of about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $21,600. Race 3 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4 wagering. Race 3 post parade, number 1 is Ferocious Queen. Pierre Mailhot rides. George Newland trains and part owns with Curtis Rodhay. Dale Powell owns and trains the number 2 War Vow. The rider is Sofia Vives. Number 3 is Naughty and Nice. Mark Lee Buchanan in the saddle for trainer Julie Mathis and owner John Brown. Number 4, Lucky Louise. Edgar Zenteno in the saddle for trainer Richard Davis and owner Hesty Sport Incorporated. Chiefswood Stable own the number 5, Twirling Piper. Amanda Vandermeersch rides for trainer Lane Gilliforti. Number 6, Always My Fault. Ishmael Mosquera has the call for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. Completing the field, number 7, It's Me. Leo Salas rides for trainer Roy Agostino and owner Michael Bellissimo. Late pick 4 wagering offered here in race 3, 2 minutes to post. We are on the turf course. Starting gate moving on to the turf course. Not too much time left to get your race 3 wagers in. Late pick 4 beginning here. Strong support at 7-5 for the number 5 Twirling Piper. 5-2 action on the number 6 Always My Fault. Not too much time left to get your late pick 4 tickets in. Race 3 field approaching the starting gate. It is now post time. 8-5 favorite remains the number 5, Twirling Piper. Little has changed on the wagering board. Field of 7, fillies and mares on the turf to kick off the late pick 4. First in will be Ferocious Queen and Pierre Mailhot. Ferocious Queen steps up. War Vow. Sophia Vives aboard. War Vow steps up. Naughty and Nice with Mark Lee Buchanan. Now the second choice at 7-2. Lucky Louise, first time starter with Edgar Zenteno. Goes up. The favorite, Twirling Piper and Amanda Vandermeersch in the colors of Chiefswood Stable. Always My Fault and Ishmael Mascara to gate 6. Last in will be It's Me and Leo Salas. All set for a start. Twirling Piper has broken through the starting gate. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a late scratch here in race 3 by order of the stewards. Scratch the number 5, Twirling Piper. Win, play, show, exactor, try, double beginning in race 3. Superfecta wagers on Twirling Piper will be refunded. There will be a consolation double on Twirling Piper for the double beginning in race 2. If you're live on Twirling Piper in any pick 4, pick 5, pick 3 wagers, you will inherit the post-time favorite. Once again, that is a late scratch of the number 5, Twirling Piper, here in race 3. Slight delay before the start. And Twirling Piper has been apprehended. The starting gate is back in position. Just waiting before the riders are legged back up on their mounts. Still some time to get your race 3 wagers in. And set for take 2 here for race 3. 6-5 favorite now is the 3 Naughty and Nice after the scratch of Twirling Piper. Ferocious Queen, Pierre Mailhot, first to go back in. War Vow and Sofia Vives. Taking plenty of support now at 5-2. Second start over the border oval turf for War Vow. Goes in. Naughty and Nice tries the Fort Erie turf for the first time. Mark Lee Buchanan, 6-5. Lucky Louise, the first time starter with Edgar Zenteno. Always My Fault and Ishmael Mascara. And last in, It's Me, Leo Salas. All set for a start. And they're off. Ferocious Queen had a tough beginning, as did War Vow. Naughty and Nice straight to the front. It's going to be Naughty and Nice, a length and a half clear of It's Me, who's racing on the outside of a headstrong Lucky Louise. Gap of 3 back to Always My Fault, then Ferocious Queen, and the trailer is War Vow. Loose on the lead, it is Naughty and Nice and Mark Lee Buchanan. They are 2 lengths clear of It's Me as this field begins to string out. Lucky Louise still racing in third, about 3.5 lengths off of the leaders. Gap of 5 back to Ferocious Queen, who's saving ground on the inside of Always My Fault, and then another 5 to War Vow, who has about 10 lengths to make up on the leader. The opening quarter was 24-4. The pace continues to be set by Naughty and Nice. A length and a half clear of It's Me, who's tracking from second on the outside. Lucky Louise saving ground from third. Always My Fault is gaining ground in fourth past Ferocious Queen, and is still 7 lengths back to War Vow, who's done no running at all. 49 flat to the half, and they have yet to make any dent on the margin of Naughty and Nice. She has opened up 5 lengths without being asked. It's Me is ridden along from second. Lucky Louise is angling off of the fence into the two-path. Always My Fault now under some right-handed encouragement from fourth. Ferocious Queen and War Vow continue to trail, but this is an absolute workout for Naughty and Nice. She looks like she's breezing. She's up by 7 at the 8th pole, extending under no encouragement at all from Mark Lee Buchanan. It's Me is still clear from second from Lucky Louise. Warvow getting going late, but down to the wire is easy a victory as they come for Naughty and Nice. Naughty and Nice by 9 at the wire. It's Me second, then Lucky Louise and Warvow, 127 and 1. Unofficial in race 3, the winner is number 3, Naughty and Nice. Second is the 7, It's Me. Third, number 4, Lucky Louise. And fourth, number 2, Warvow. Unofficial race 3 order is 3-7-4-2. Race 3 is now official. Now returning to the winner's circle, the official winner of today's third race, number 3, Naughty and Nice. Naughty and Nice is a 4-year-old chestnut filly by Big Screen out of Naughty Pine, bred here in Ontario by Spring Farm. Ridden to victory today by Mark Lee Buchanan. Naughty and Nice is trained by Julie Mathis for John Brown. A no doubt about it winner in her first start over the Fort Erie turf course. Naughty and Nice breaks the maiden in attempt number 8. Completing the about 7 furlongs in a time of 127 and 1. Prices are up. Naughty and Nice, $4.90 to win, $3.30, $2.60. Second, number 7, It's Me, $5.10 to place, $4.10. Third, number 4, Lucky Louise, 5:30 to show. $2 exacta, 3-7, 22.30. The $1 try, 3-7-4, 78.90. $1 super, 3-7-4-2, $177.75. The $2 double, 4-3, 29.80. The consolation double with the late scratch number 5, 9.30. $1 pick 3, $7.45. Race 4 is coming up in 16 minutes. There are no changes.
Race 4 up next. 5.5 furlongs here on the main track for these fillies and mares. Starter optional claiming competition and a really nice event here. Kind of an evenly matched bunch, a couple of directions maybe to go, but there is a lot of speed signed on. So for me, that's why I landed on the number 4, JMR Gemma here for John Sims, who already had a win earlier on the card today with Princess Buchero. The big thing with this mare, first off, Amanda van der Meers knows her very well. She probably needed that race here back in the long run after Cara Stakes on Father's Day, and she was simply third best. Forest B was second. Can't Beat the Cats was the winner of that one, and we both saw them square off yesterday, and they were second and third best in that race, an upset by the form of Summer Candace in that spot. And I think when you kind of look at this in here, I should say Silver Candace, with having that race under her belt, she figures to be fitter the second time off the layoff. She's very consistent here in terms of her races, and as I mentioned, I think there's a ton of speed here. There's speed on the inside, there's speed on the outside, and you wonder if she'll be in the perfect kind of stalking position to make up some late ground in here. So I do use her on top. One of the Speed C horses who's going to try the dirt for the first time is the number 1, Big Ginger. This is one of 2 in the field for Icon Racing, Antonia Adamo. Claimed this one back on June 13th. She's back in the entry box today, and when they claimed her, when she picked up that third lifetime win, she did it pretty easy, gate to wire fashion. She drew clear by over 5 lengths in the end, picked out of there for 7,500, and just knowing that she's first off by Shackelford, she has early foot, she draws the inside, to me kind of screams that she should be suited here for the main track. But as I mentioned, maybe there's some sort of pace duel early on that gets the best of her, but hard to ignore off that performance just a few weeks ago. Kirk Johnson has the mount. And finally, I go to number 5, Bodacious Miss here for Jeff Boyce. Owen's part of this one with Herb McGurr Jr. Very impressive win last time out. She was ready to go off that long layoff. It was on the turf going 5-8, but you can see they didn't have her in for the tag that day. They wanted to protect her. She did enough to get the job done to win by a neck. She tackled Snell Flicka, the third place finisher, who's also in this field. And you might say, well, that was on the turf. Let's not forget her dirt win. She had that dirt win here last year, was at this level. It was a very nice performance where she was able to take them gate to wire. And outside of the top 2 in there, I don't know how deep the waters were, but Simple Souvenir ended up being an all-right horse who's now racing in the Mid-Atlantic and recently had a nice performance, I believe, at Monmouth Park. So it's interesting to see those 2 were well clear of that bunch. And she looks great here in the walking ring. Certainly my paddock pick. She carries a good amount of weight. She's got a beautiful coat on her, and we'll see what she can do. Another one, making that second start off the layoff. But for me, with a potential pace duel in here, or at least a couple of signed on in terms of speed, I go to the number 4 as my top pick. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's fourth race. Race 4 is a starter optional claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have started for a claiming price of $5,000 or less in the last 2 years, or going for a claiming price of $10,000. We are traveling 5 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $21,300. Race 4 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Race 4 post parade number 1 is Big Ginger. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Number 2 is Snell Flicka. Omar Marino has the call for trainer Mike Blake and owner Pass-I Peach Stables. Loaded Question, the number 3, Deshaun Gaskin pilots for trainer Joe Humber and owner Joy Elkins. Number 4, JMR Gemma. Amanda Vandermeersch in the saddle for trainer John Sims, who owns in partnership with Denise Carpenter. Number 5 is Bodacious Miss. Ishmael Mascara rides. Jeff Voice trains and part owns with Herb McGurr Jr. Tony Adamo and Icon Racing Stables team up here with the 6 Nice Baby, the rider Sofia Vives. Completing the field, number 7 is Heading West. Melanie Pinto rides for trainer Mickey Neubauer and owner Lori Norris. Final pick 3 of the day coming up here in race 4. This is a very solid starter optional claiming event. Starting gate taking position, not too much time left to get your race 4 wagers in. Very wide open betting board here. Co-favorite at 5-2 are the 4 JMR Gemma. Now a slight favorite at 2-1. 5-2 action on the number 6 Nice Baby, a last out winner. And 3-1 on number 1 Big Ginger, making her first start off of a claim at Woodbine. Race 4 field is approaching the starting gate. It is now post time. Final pick 3 of the day coming up here in race 4. Set to begin loading. First up is Big Ginger and Kirk Johnson. Snell Flicka with Omar Marino. Loaded question. Joe Humber and Deshaun Gaskin already with a win on the card. JMR Gemma with Amanda Vandermeersch. Bodacious Miss, a last out winner with Ishmael Mascara. Nice Baby, currently a slight favorite at 9-5, Sofia Vives. Last in will be Heading West and Melanie Pinto. Heading West goes in. We are all set for a start. And they're off. Nice Baby broke sharply. Snell Flicka also showing some speed. With between them Loaded Question. Big Ginger under a hold trying to tap on the brakes from 4th. JMR Gemma racing between horses with Bodacious Miss wide, and the early trailer is Heading West. It's a compact field early. They're only spread out by about 5 lengths tip to tail. It is Snell Flicka emerging ahead in front of Nice Baby. Loaded Question in the middle with JMR Gemma. Wide on the track is Bodacious Miss, and Big Ginger still fighting the rider hard as they race into the turn, the opening quarter, 22-2. It's a gap of 3 back to Heading West. Nice Baby now with a short advantage, but here comes JMR Gemma angling out and cruising to the lead. JMR Gemma puts the head in front at the quarter pole. Nice Baby is second. Snell Flicka trying to find more along the rail. Loaded Question in between horses. Big Ginger now has racing room. Nice Baby responds to the challenge of JMR Gemma and re-emerges with the lead. It is Nice Baby and Sofia Vives. They've opened up 2. The big threat is the stablemate Big Ginger, who's moving well along the inside, but Nice Baby going to hold on. Nice Baby a length and a half over Big Ginger, then JMR Gemma and Snell Flicka, 104-2. Unofficial order in race 4, the winner is number 6, Nice Baby. Second is the 1, Big Ginger. Third, number 4, JMR Gemma, and fourth, number 2, Snell Flicka. Unofficial race 4 order is 6-1-4-2. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, number 6, Nice Baby. Nice Baby is a 4-year-old bay filly by the Big Beast out of La Concerto, bred in Florida by Janet Irwin. Ridden to victory today by Sofia Vives, Nice Baby is trained by Tony Adamo for Icon Racing Stables. It's an Icon Racing Stables exactor as Big Ginger finished second. Nice Baby, lifetime win number 4, her third win of the 2024 season. She is now 2 for 2 here at Fort Erie, completing the 5 1/2 furlongs in a time of 1:04 2 in a very game effort on the lead. Congratulations to the connections of Nice Baby. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. Race 4 is now official. Prices are up. Nice Baby, $440 to win, $320, $230. Second, number 1, Big Ginger, $610 to place on Big Ginger, $340 to show. Third, number 4, JMR Gemma, $270 to show. $2 exacta 6-1 is $25.40. The $1 try, 6-1-4, $47.95. $1 super, 6-1-4-2, $269 even. The $2 double, 3-6, $12 even. $1 pick 3, $26.40, and the $1 early pick 4, $27.30. We want to wish a very happy 44th birthday to Stacy Vankerlinken. Happy birthday, Stacy, from all of your friends and family here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Changes for race 5, overweights. Number 2, Lulu's Lullaby, 1 pound over at 121. Number 4, T'Pring, 1 pound over at 123. Number 5, Speedy Johnny, 5 pounds over at 115. And number 6, Creative Performance, 1 pound over at 121. 16 minutes to post for race 5.
Time for the late double here. Race number 6, $10,000 claimers here looking for that second lifetime win. Fillies and Mares, a nice field of 7 going postward. 6 furlongs here is the distance on the main track. And to me, the 2 outside runners sort of stood out in here, that being the number 6 Creative Performance and the 7 Bella Spina. I'm going to start here with the 6 Creative Performance. We'll see if these connections can get another win on the card with similar circumstances. They won earlier with Princess Bruchero, first time here coming out of Tampa from the Jerry Bennett barn, and they're going to look to do the same thing here with this 3-year-old daughter of Creative Cause. Now you look at her effort, 2 starts back. She's able to break her maiden quite nicely down at Tampa. And you look in terms of the trip, she sat just off the pace, made a late bid there to draw clear by over a length. And then first time facing winners, it's always a tough task. It's definitely tough too, spreading out in distance. She went from 7/8 to 1 mile and 40 yards, so she had to go 2 turns, and maybe that's what got the best of her. So she is going to cut back in distance today, new surroundings, and second time facing winners. Ismael Mosquera has the mount. Very productive so far, riding for these connections at the meet. Now, the other horse I mentioned, the number 7, Bella Spina, Sofia Vivas, just won the last race here with Nice Baby, looking to double up here with Bella Spina, who she was aboard with this one in the Summer Solstice Cup here on opening day. She took this one towards the front, which was a while since we had seen this mare towards the lead. She was able to just destroy that field, won by 4.5 lengths. If you look at the 3rd place finisher in that race, Nadia Nice, we saw her win earlier today in the turf, going 7/8. Now, Bella Spina exits that long run aftercare stakes race that we had here and just never fired. And I think there's 2 things with it. Obviously, very different circumstances compared to her dirt debut here locally. She had a fast track, she was stretching out, but she was really facing some of the better fillies and mares on the ground. So for her, this is a drop in class compared to her last time out. She draws the outside, and I just think getting Sophia back aboard, very familiar with this one, has been aboard her for 2 of her best performances so far in her career. Now we'll round it out here with the number 1, Jimmy is a Breeze. And listen, this is the stablemate of the number 6 Creative Performance, and it took her a long time to graduate. 23 starts to break her maiden, but we've seen horses sometimes that light bulb goes on and then they turn out to be win machines. Core would be a prime example of a horse doing that, and he was able to win here on Monday. Now, she destroyed her competition last time out. It was going for a little bit longer. 6.5 furlongs was the distance. She sat just off the pace. She had 2 targets in front of her early, and then she drew clear by over 10 lengths, and it wasn't like it was a compact field. She had 8 other rivals in there. By far one of her best performances also in terms of figures. Now she is going to face winners for the first time, but this barn does very well with horses that won last time out. She draws the inside, and her figures, they certainly fit with this bunch. But for me, give the slight nod to her stablemate Creative Performance from Post 6 today. Just a new face here at Fort Erie. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's fifth race. Race 5 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Going for a claiming price of $10,000 down to $9,000. Traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $22,200. Race 5 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Race 5 Post Parade number 1 is Jimmy is a Breeze. Edgar Zenteno rides for owner-trainer John Sims. Number 2 is Lulu's Lullaby. Mark Lee Buchanan in the saddle for owner-trainer Sue Andrushko. Loaded Secret, the number 3, Chris Husbands rides for trainer Gary Chidobiak and owner Robin Osborne. Number 4 is Tipring. Michael David has the call for owner-trainer Krista Klemmer. Number 5 is Speedy Johnny. Matthew Dennis in the saddle for owner-trainer Ron Davies. Number 6 is Creative Performance. Ishmael Mascara rides. John Sims trains for owner Harvey Bussey. Completing the field, number 7 is Bella Spina. Sofia Vives has the call for trainer George Newland and owner Bellwoods Farm. Late double wagering offered here in race 5. Starting gate moving into position. Not too much time left to get your race 5 wagers in. Current favorite at 9-5 is the number 7, Bella Spina, the Summer Solstice Cup winner. 5-2 support on the number 1, Jimmy is a Breeze. Not too much time to get your race 5 wagers in. And the field for race 5 is now approaching the starting gate. It is now post time. Set to begin loading. Late double wagering offered here in the 5th. First up will be Jimmy is a Breeze and Edgar Zenteno. A last out winner by over 10 lengths. Lulu's Lullaby and Mark Lee Buchanan. Loaded Secret with Chris Husbands to gate 3. T'Pring with Michael David. Speedy Johnny and Matthew Dennis. Creative Performance in her Fort Erie debut with Ishmael Mascara. Last up will be the favorite, Bella Spina, looking to give Sofia Vives a race-to-race double. Set for a start. And they're off. Perfect beginning. They broke in a line. Bella Spina showing speed from the far outside. Loaded Secret is also showing up. Speedy Johnny and T'Pring will be forwardly placed from 3rd and 4th. A gap of 1.5 to Creative Performance, who's racing 1.5 better than Lulu's Lullaby. The early trailer is Jimmy is a Breeze. Midway down the backstretch, it is Bella Spina being hounded by Loaded Secret from the rail. These two are 3 lengths clear of Speedy Johnny, who's in a good position from 3rd, past the quarter in 21 and 4. Creative Performance into 4th, passing to T'Pring. Then it's a gap of 3 to Jimmy is a Breeze, who has overtaken Lulu's Lullaby. Bella Spina now edging clear of Loaded Secret. Speedy Johnny on hold from 3rd, angling to the outside within 2 lengths of the leaders. T'Pring is re-rallying from 4th, passing Creative Performance. Jimmy is a Breeze with some horse up the inside. At the head of the lane, the half was 47 and 3, and it is now Speedy Johnny with a short lead over Bella Spina. Jimmy is a Breeze trying to rally from last. She's about to take 2nd, but Speedy Johnny yet to be asked much by Matthew Dennis. It's Speedy Johnny up by 3. Jimmy is a Breeze into 2nd over Bella Spina, but down to the wire, an easy victory for Speedy Johnny. Speedy Johnny by 4, Jimmy is a Breeze 2nd. A photo for 3rd between Bella Spina and T'Pring, 1-10 and 3. Unofficial race 5 order, the winner is number 5, Speedy Johnny. 2nd is the 1, Jimmy is a Breeze. 3rd, number 7, Bella Spina. And 4th, number 4, T'Pring. Unofficial race 5 order, 5-1, 7-4. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 5th race, number 5, Speedy Johnny. Speedy Johnny is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown filly by Super Speedy out of Cost and Effect, bred here in Ontario by Paul Buttigieg. Congratulations to apprentice Matthew Dennis on his first career victory. He rode Speedy Johnny to victory for owner-trainer Ron Davies. First win of the 2024 season for Speedy Johnny, her second win in 17 career starts. She completed the 6 furlongs today in a time of 1:10.3. Hold all tickets until race 5 is made official. Race 5 is official. Speedy Johnny returns 840 to win, 390, 230. Second number 1, Jimmy is a Breeze, $3 to place, 210. Third number 7, Bella Spina, 270 to show. $2 exacta, 5-1, $20.90. The $1 try, 517, $32.75. $1 super, 5174, $140.90. $2 double, 65, $33.60. And the $1 pick 3, $23.45. Changes for race 6, an overweight on the number 4, 2-year contract, 1 pound over at 123. 17 minutes to post.
leader, the owner, the trainer, or the jockey. But for a few glorious moments, it's your horse. This is Ontario Racing.
Here, the card on our Tuesday program with a turf event about 7 furlongs is the distance, allowance competition, non-winners of 3 life, and a beautiful betting race. 9 here in this field. And speaking of 9, we'll kick it off with the outside runner in here, the number 9, Bait and Switch. Who, fun horse if you claimed him. If you're the Aldersons, a really nice claim for 7,500. First start for the barn, was able to win on the turf. Then they put him on the dirt, another win. And then the next time on the dirt, they stretched him out around 2 turns, and he was second best in that event. I just think looking at his performances so far, you have to like him. Turf, dirt, doesn't matter. And he has the outside draw on here. The big question for him, will he be ready to roll off the freshening? We haven't seen him since the fall, but what we've seen of him, he's been very, very nice to watch. So I use him on top here. I think his main rival is the number 6, Wilberforce, who he has those 2 races here on the dirt so far in 2024 locally, and second in that first one, just no match for Sanyani in the end. And then more recently, he just wasn't able to get going. And in both of those races, he hasn't been as forward as we've seen him in the past. Now, with that said, I think we're going to see a different performance from him getting onto the turf. When you look at his pedigree, top and bottom, he is by Kitten's Joy out of a Stormy Atlantic mare. To me, that screams turf all day long. And you look at him last time on the turf, that came in the Puss in Boots, one of our signature races here at Fort Erie. And he was just second best behind Nicolau, but he still raced very well. He's got his quirks. He still has a little bit of greatness, but I think we're going to see him take a little bit of a step forward here. His figures on turf are also better than his dirt numbers. And from here, I mentioned wide open betting board. I'll dip down to the inside, the horse on the rail, the number 1 here for Sue Squires. I did not have this horse on June 4th. I'll be the first one to admit it. The betting public played him right, and he went off favored, and he won for fun, gate to wire fashion. Then he had to stretch out from 5.5 to 6 while facing non-winners of 3 life last time out, and he was second best behind Graham Ambition, who was a very nice claim for those connections. Could have claimed him, I believe, for $8,000. He wired that field. They brought him back here off a short rest, and he was able to win again. But this guy's going to get back on the turf. His lone turf race here at Fort Erie ended up being a winning one. That's how he graduated. He was forwardly placed. Now thinking he has the rail, he has a fair bit of foot. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to maybe steal this one on the front end. His other turf races, you can see after that maiden score, they were in some tough spots. He had a nice third up at Woodbine going 6.5. And even after that, you see those. He was in those non-winners of 2 life, those optional 50 races, just extremely tough competition. So it'll be interesting to see him back on the grass today. But for me, I'll go to the outside runner, the number 9, Bait and Switch. We'll see what he can do first start off the bench. Good luck.
Horses are making their way on track for today's 6th and final race. Race 6 is an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Traveling a distance of about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $24,600. Race 6 offers win play show, exactor, 20-cent try, 20-cent super, and 20-cent jackpot high five wagering. The carryover is in excess of $10,000. Race 6 post parade, number 1 is Bayesian Bullet. Leo Salas rides for trainer Sue Ann Drushko and owners Squires and Squires. Number 2 is I Live by Faith. Deshaun Gaskin in the saddle for trainer Joe Humber and owner Hey Ho Stables. Six Brothers Stable own the number 3 Gus's Gamble. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Ken Albu. Number 4 is 2-year contract. Michael David has the call for trainer Louis Cappy and owner Christina Ramjatin and partner. Number 5 is Hardware Gap. Alexis Sanchez pilots for trainer Roy Augustino and owner Even Stevens Stables Limited. Wilberforce, the number 6, Chris Husbands rides for trainer Sharon Chicato, who part owns with Vino Bahari. We'll come back to number 7. Number 8 is Santiago Salsa. Terry Husbands riding for owner-trainer Howard Keene. Number 9 is Bait and Switch. Edgar Zenteno has the call for trainer Tony Alderson and owner Glenn Alderson. On track now, the number 7, Thy Kingdom. Amanda Vandermeersch riding for owner-trainer Luther Shirley. Jackpot high five wagering offered here in race 6. We are on the turf to close out the racing week here at Fort Erie. Field is crossing onto the turf course. Not too much time left to get your race 6 wagers in. Jackpot high 5 wagering carryover in excess of $10,000. It's a solid field of 9 on the turf for the jackpot high 5. Race 6 field moving up to the starting gate. It is now post time. 3 co-favorites at 2-1. The 9 Bait and Switch, the 6 Wilberforce, and the 1 Bayesian Bullet. Any one of these 3 could be favored at the final click. First in, Bayesian Bullet and Leo Salez. Gate 2, I Live by Faith and Deshaun Gaskin. Gus's Gamble with Kirk Johnson to gate 3. Still working on Gus's Gamble, reluctant to come up. Now goes in. Two-year contract and Michael David. Hardware Gap, Alexis Sanchez. Wilberforce with Chris Husbands. Thy Kingdom and Amanda Vandermeersch. Santiago Salsa and Terry Husbands. Last in will be Bait and Switch with Edgar Zenteno. All set for the nightcap. And they're off. 2-year contract out well with Bayesian Bullet, and here comes I Live by Faith splitting them. Hardware Gap going to try and find his way to the inside with Gus's Gamble. Wilberforce has found the rail. He's racing on the inside of Thy Kingdom. Bait and Switch is wide on the course. And the early trailer is Santiago Salsa. Slipping up the fence to take the lead, it is Bayesian Bullet, a half length better than I Live by Faith. 2 more to Gus's Gamble, racing in 3rd. Hardware Gap is 4th. 1.5 more to 2-year contract, who's back into 5th after a sharp beginning, being passed now by Wilberforce. 2.5 to Thy Kingdom, and still at the back, Santiago Salsa and Bait and Switch. The opening quarter was 23-4. Bayesian Bullet bet down to 4-5, continues to make the pace, still being hounded by I Live by Faith. Gus's Gamble is racing in 3rd, about to be joined by Hardware Gap. 2 more to Wilberforce, who's moving well from 5th. Gap of 4 to 2-year contract, who's losing position. Thy Kingdom, Gus's Bait and Switch needs to get going, and Santiago Salsa at the back. 47-1 to the half. Bayesian Bullet is shook and clear of I Live by Faith. Gus's Gamble is into third. Hardware Gap angling wide, and Wilberforce slips up the rail. Wilberforce looks like the big threat at the head of the lane. Bayesian Bullet overtaken by Wilberforce with ease. Gus's Gamble racing well down the outside. Hardware Gap trying to hold a minor position. Wilberforce is lugging out, but he is much the best. Wilberforce and Chris Husbands going on to a comfortable score. The margin's going to be, let's call it 4 at the wire. Gus's Gamble was second. Thy Kingdom rallied to be third past Hardware Gap, 127 flat. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 6, Wilberforce. Second is the 3, Gus's Gamble. Third, number 7, Thy Kingdom. Fourth, number 5, Hardware Gap. Unofficial race 6 order is 6-3-7-5. Now back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 6th race, number 6, Wilberforce. Wilberforce is a 5-year-old chestnut gelding by Kitten's Joy out of Amaze Me Grace. Bred in Kentucky by Edward Seltzer, Beverly Anderson, Krista Seltzer, and Jamie Frost. Ridden to victory today by Chris Husbands. Wilberforce is trained by Sharon Chicotto, who owns in partnership with Vino Bahari. First win of the 2024 campaign for Wilberforce, his 3rd career victory in 12 starts. A very impressive rally up the inside to score today, completing the 7 furlongs in a time of 127 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Wilberforce. Hold all tickets until race 6 is made official. It's official. Prices are up. Wilberforce, $8.80 to win, $4.80, $3.20. Long shot Gus's Gamble in for second, $10.30 to place, $5.70. Even bigger long shot, Thy Kingdom in for show, $9.70. $2 exacta, $6.3, $64.80. The $1 try, $6.37, $509.40. $1 super, $6.375, $2,302.35. Multiple winning tickets in the Jackpot High Five, the $1 combo, $63751. $2,147 even. The carryover into Sunday's card will be $14,183.42. $2 double, 5-6, $42.50. The $1 pick 3, $115.35. $1 late pick 4, $156.30. And the $1 pick 5, $723.30. Jackpot High Five carryover is growing. Sunday's carryover will be in excess of $14,000. Visit our website, FortErieRacing.com, for information about everything going on here at the racetrack. Racing will be back next week at Fort Erie. Sunday, July 7th, is our special Fort Foodie Fest. Kicks off at 12 p.m. Then on Monday, July 8th, first post will be 4:30. There will be no Tuesday racing next week. If you're on track with us today, be sure to stick around. The free concert featuring the Figure 4 will be starting at the Tiki Bar soon. Fort Foodie Fest coming up on Sunday, July 7th. Don't miss the exciting food trucks from across the Niagara region. It all starts at noon. Registration for our dog racing events is now open on our website. Wiener Dog races taking place on Sunday, July 21st. Then on Sunday, August 18th, we're going to have the Basset Hounds as well as the brand new Corgi races. The Prince of Wales Stakes will be taking place on Tuesday, September 10th. Tune into Your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. And that concludes the racing week here from Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank everybody for joining us this week. Solid support on both of our race days this week. Excited to be back on Sunday for the first Fort Foodie Fest. Sure to be a great crowd. A lot of food trucks will be here. I'm sure everybody will enjoy. We hope to see you. From all of us here at Fort Erie Racetrack, have a great Tuesday night and enjoy the rest of your week. If you're on track, the Figure 4 will be starting soon down by the Tiki Bar.